Hi beautiful, so lovely to have you back with me. I hope you're having the most beautiful morning. I wish you're feeling very present and at peace and ready for a little insight into today's topic, which I'd love for us to explore, which is letting go of needing to know. Letting go of needing to know how everything is going to work out, needing to know how everything fits together, needing to know how do I get there, right? It's so easy to get caught up and lost in all the hows that come up when we, have this moment of inspiration or true clarity. And sometimes it can catch you off guard, it's not necessarily when you're in a meditative state that something will come through you. You can call it your intuition, your connection to source, to God consciousness, to your guardian angels, ascended masters. You could be sat somewhere and suddenly something comes to you. Maybe it's an idea, maybe it's some kind of clarity on a situation that maybe you've been feeling into for a little while. And that is where the gold is. Where we tend to get in our own way is when we've received this kind of intuition or inspiration, we then can start to want to really dig into the details of everything, understand how we're gonna make this happen or how it's gonna come together. Any of the hows really just shut down this magic and clarity that would have come up for you. And so learning to let go of needing to know how it's gonna happen, but also letting go in general, is really conducive to feeling in flow with life. Because what happens is when we try and figure out 1,001 steps to get to where we want to go, we often just become deflated and don't even take one single step because we get overwhelmed. So, grounding ourselves, recentering, I want you to feel in this moment, if you were to create or if you were to receive inspiration, how would it feel in your body if all you needed to do was to take the next obvious step, one step? How would that feel if you just kept saying to yourself, all that I need to do is when something becomes obvious, it's up to me then to just take the next obvious step. Now with that word obvious, it means no thought needed. It means I don't have to go into my monkey mind, I don't have to rationalize, I don't have to think logistics. It's what is obvious and can I take that next step? And the thing is, the more you do this, the more you let go of needing to plan the whole big picture, the more we actually create momentum, and those tiny steps constantly add up and compound to massively shifting the direction of your life. It's also cultivating this sense of trust within yourself. It cultivates this connection and building your relationship back with your intuition, which is an unlimited source of wealth and knowledge when we actually allow ourselves to really reconnect with our intuition, because it is so profoundly powerful and it is so profoundly knowledgeable and wise, and it is always acting for your highest, truest self. It is not the ego, it is not the monkey mind. So the more that we can cultivate this relationship with ourselves and with our intuition, the more we find that our life just starts to really align on all levels. And that's really what living an inspired and purposeful life feels like, is when everything is just kind of flowing and coming into place and lining up. And it's like you take that next step and the next one will become obvious, and you take that next step and the next step will become obvious. So each step is always revealed after we have taken the next obvious step. And if you're in a place where there doesn't seem to be an obvious next step, where maybe you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, like what is obvious for me right now is not clear. When you find yourself in this kind of position, this is the time to lean back, to let go, to enjoy life, to come back to being playful, to let go of this control and this holding on of needing to know, right? So when we're in this position of we're in a state of fear or maybe in a state of lack, and we're really trying to figure something out, we create a loop, and that loop is a way that we're trying to force an outcome. Now, if we do force, we're likely not going to be moving in the direction that is in alignment with our highest, truest self. We're likely going to be taking a movement that is off course, in discourse of our higher self. And so really seeing if we can resist forcing a decision or forcing a movement. When you feel that dilemma, and it's normally pretty hectic in your mind and it's quite tense in your body, that's how you can kind of feel the texture of that. That is your cue to lean back, to relax, to totally let go of needing to know something, and to just be present fully in the moment without needing to attach to figuring this thing out. So lean back when it's not obvious. Enjoy yourself, play, go pamper yourself, read a book, go for a nice walk, do all the things that make you feel nurtured and loved and held. That's really key. And let go of the outcome. And then when inspired action comes to you, when you get a sense of intuition and something becomes obvious, that's when you take the step. And really it's remembering that time is an illusion. It always seems like we're in a rush to get there or to get to this end result, but time is such an illusion. You know, and it's like allowing your nervous system to just calm down. What if you could feel into an idea that you're going to live forever, and just notice how this feeling of unlimited time feels like your whole body and nervous system can relax. Like I have all the time in the world to create what I want to create. I have all the time in the world to enjoy all the things I want to. I have all the time in the world to love and connect and to create. And just notice how when you really feel this sense of unlimitless time, your whole body can just relax. And when we create from a relaxed state, we're creating from a deep sense of connection, and that kind of frequency is where you want to be creating from. Not a frequency of fear, of lack, of frustration, of force. Even if people aren't always consciously aware that they're feeling frequency or vibration, we all are on a deep subconscious level. And so the frequency with where you're putting things out or where you're creating from is always going to be received. And so we want to always be creating from a really loving, grounding, trusting place, so that is being sent out into the world around us. And we're creating from this real place of love and trust and groundedness and unity, versus creating from this sense of fear or lack or scrambling or force. They have two very different energies, and it will create two very different realities. So just breathe that in, my love. You know, really just allow yourself to really take a movement forward when it's obvious, versus trying to force something or trying to figure it out in your head. Know that that guidance will come at the perfect timing. and it will also give you insights that you couldn't possibly perceive from your frantic monkey mind. And just trusting that you are so guided on your path, that it is okay to let go and to play and to enjoy when things aren't obvious. It's always this kind of yin and yang, this push and pull between doing and being. And so letting go of force, letting go of that old way of doing things, letting go of that old way of grasping, and just really coming from a place of wholeheartedness, of connection, and of truth and trust. So play with it. Let me know, what is your next obvious step? When it comes up, write to me, comment below. I would love to hear what is coming up for you at the moment. What is real in your reality, and what are you creating in your life? It's such an incredible time for really deep connection with yourself, for expansion, for growth, for really shedding and letting go of those old paradigms and those old ways of being, so that you can really embody a new, true, high version of yourself. So sending you so much love as always, and I so look forward to connecting with you very soon. Lots of love.